Track number 5 is I Won't Lose.
I Won't Lose. I Won't Lose. I Won't Lose. I Won't Lose has a couple of stories involved. Was this? Was it? Yeah. So
Legit.
we had just decided to get back together, and through the hiatus of O-Town, I started working with some dudes in music, writing, doing some stuff, and when it came time for us to decide, like, hey, we're gonna do this, like, we need to, get some songs. I just hit up my buddy that I was working with, and I was like, yo, man, like, guess what? We're a couple of towns actually, because every time we would work with anybody, the first question was like, hey man, is O-Town getting back together? Like, yeah, it's cool to work with you, but what about the band, No, that was everybody. I mean, as Jacob, everyone always be like, what's up with O-Town?
We joke about in the interim area, that middle 10 years when we weren't in the band, all of our last names became from O-Town. That's just what it is. You're Trevor from O-Town, and Jacob from O-Town, and that's who you became.
And I remember my guy sent me this song, and I was like, oh man. I was like, I don't know if I'm just like, I loved it right away. And I remember I sent it to the guys, and everyone just immediately, we fell in love with it. And we went right to the studio as soon as we could to record it. And that was after 10 years. And, I don't know if you guys know this. I don't know if you guys know this, but the first round of O-Town, I didn't really get to sing that much. And so I took that time away to, get better. And we got back to sing this song, and I got to sing on it. And I was like, so that was cool. That was cool.
This was
but then when we got in the studio, Dan has a great story about
this. Was the first song we recorded when we got back together, and I was the first one of us. I was recently a dad, right? So my son was just born. He was younger than 2 years old. So everything in these early days was built around my schedule and what I had to do just in order to, raise my kids and, still hopefully do this. So I brought Major to the studio on the very first session. And we get there and they're like, oh, Dan, can you start? And then Trevor's like, oh yeah, I got this, I'll take Major, we'll go out to lunch.
Uncle Trevor, I got this.
Yeah. An hour and a half later, in the studio, you're in the soundproof room. The door swings open. I can't hear anything, but I see Major just like freaking out, crying. And Trevor looks at me and I can see fear in his eyes. And Trevor, and he mouthed the words and I made it out. He goes, I don't know what to do. He had no idea what to do. I was in the studio, I'm trying to figure out, it took me 2 seconds. You're dad mode, you swing the door open, you throw a snack in his face, and he's like, all right, all set. And then they press record and we kept going. But the interesting thing about that is that kind of like shepherded in. This was a new time for us. We're not teenagers anymore. We're not doing all this other stuff. This had to be about something different. So it's kind of special for me. These guys have watched my kids grow up. Probably more than most people around. They watched them from when they were when they were dancing around them in rehearsals, to now what they are today. So that's how long 10 years is, right? Are we ready to do this one? This one's called I Won't Lose.
Sleepless, don't think I can handle this time. I said it's over, didn't really mean it. Must have been a rush to the head. What could I be thinking? Ain't nobody else I wanna love instead. 'Cause this soul is only one that I found there. This could be the greatest mistake, that I can't let it wait any longer.
Yeah.
Track number 6,
Let's talk about this one.
Right Kinda Wrong.
Right kind of wrong. Well, let's talk about it. Right kind of wrong is actually the first song that O-Town, minus Dan wasn't a part of it.
Yeah, it's not really O-Town, but
Makes sense.
This is the first song that we actually attempted to write together in the studio at the same time. Each one of us had submitted songs, but we had never really got together and tried to write one. And this is the first one that we wrote. Oh, it's just so fitting, the content of it. There's very few things that we related to at the time that we got back together. We had been together for like 10 years. So clearly we had to write a song about
Something sexy. We write what we know.
Innuendo Town.
Innuendo Town. We were talking about it in the car. We're like, yeah, this is the first one we all wrote together. Let's listen to it, see if anything comes to mind. And the first thing I'm like, of course we wrote about sex. Of course. We got deeper later in the album.
Whoa.
Come on.
Yeah, we did.
That was slow and awkward. So this. So the inspiration, when I was, each one of us has something different that was inspiring each one of the lines, but when I first started thinking of this song, I was thinking about all the hotels that we used to go to, and we still go to, and you go to the bar at any given hotel, let's say the Hyatt here in Philadelphia, and you will see a bunch of corporate folks at the bar, just finished the conference, and they are getting lit. And so the idea was all of these like square, sensible, hardworking folk during the day at the conference find a way to open up and get loose at night at the hotel bar. So in my mind, I was like, oh, if we do this as a video, it'd be totally cool if we just saw like all of these like stiffs sort of like getting loose and becoming that right kind of wrong that every guy is looking for.
I know, we know a lot of you personally now. I know how corporate a lot of you are, and then I also see how you behave at an O show. So it's not like we didn't have any direct inspiration for this song.
Educators.
Hey, no, just pouring the wine, getting lit. I know, I see.
just for the record, I don't really relate to this song.
That's what I wanted to say, actually. The only reason why that song maintained that topic is Dan wasn't there.
I'm the fun
Because he
police.
has no idea what we're talking about in that song. He said in the car, he's like, I'm lost. I have no clue the bad decisions that you are singing about. I've never seen that before.
I think he asked what a walk of shame was.
Walk of shame, like a baseball player? I'm like, yeah.
Is that what you
He struck
put
out.
food in? A walk of shame?
I don't know. I liked it.
I'm gonna be at the Comedy Store next week if you guys want to join me.
Marcus, you're catching this stuff, right? This is like,
Let's go, Marcus!
it's good shit.
This is all good material, buddy. All right. Let's get to singing some music. Can we get to singing music and dancing?
Yeah, let's do it. Feels good, doesn't it? Hey, Jacob, do me a favor. Sing to this girl right here.
Well, I know you're here all by yourself. You got that something and you hide it well. Keeping me guessing, do you kiss and tell? I don't know. Then out of nowhere she took 1 shot, 2 shots. You were a party child. 3 shots, 4 shots, and now we're getting wild. Can't stop, won't stop. Then we just had to leave. 1 partner check, please. Come on and get sexy for me. You know what I want. Don't be shy in front of me. Come take it off. Need a little intimacy, so let's get it on. Look at what the girl I see. Don't be a bad one for me. 'Cause you're my right kind of wrong. You're my right kind of wrong. You're my girl I see. Come be a bad one for me. 'Cause you're my right kind of wrong. You're my right kind of wrong. Right kind of wrong. Right kind of wrong. Look at you, touching me. You're my right kind of wrong. Oh my, let's get it on. She's so
Listen, I couldn't believe this. We're gonna pull my sleeve. We ain't moving too fast. She's taking her time, but it's my turn to leave a pleasantly surprised. No rules are allowed. Ignore the sexy sound. Do not disturb what is going down. Come and breathe me again. I got a permanent friend. You're the right kind of wrong. You win.
You wanna get sexy for me? You know what I want.
You know what I want.
Put your shine in front of me. Come take it off. Need a little intimacy, so let's get it on.
Let's get it on.